Hello, I'm the Dark Sun and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I do a lot of Minecraft related things. Go check out the rest of my channel, see if anything interests you. So Minecraft SMPs. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the term SMP? Dream SMP? Hermitcraft? What makes these SMPs so successful and entertaining? How do I go about creating my own SMP? These are some questions I would like to answer in this video. To start off with, what makes a Dream SMP and Hermitcraft so successful? There are multiple reasons. The members, the content, the storylines, and their overall skills of the game. Let's start with the members. Both these SMPs have several very popular creators. Dream SMP includes Dream, Technoblade, Rambo, Tom Unit, and so much more. Hermitcraft includes Green, Rumbo Jumbo, Iskow, Impulse, Etho, Tango, you get the point. These SMPs have a lot of popular creators. Next up is the content. Because these SMPs have many popular content creators, the content itself is fairly good. From having storylines, humor, building on redstone skills, pranks, conflict. Many people, including myself, watch this content because of all these things. If the content is lacking these kind of things, it just gets really boring really fast, and I don't usually stay till the end of the video. Another thing is streaming. The Dream SMP is known for the streams. That's how they do their content. And even on Hermitcraft, they stream from time to time as well. What I'm saying is that live streaming is a great way to grow and have fun with your audience, while also making your own content. Now on to storylines. Storylines are an amazing way to keep your content entertaining. From the Dream SMP governments to Green starting several wars every season, something you notice fast throughout all these storylines is that there's some sort of conflict or drama. Conflict is the main thing that you want to have in storylines like this. It's what keeps your viewers excited and nervous about what's to happen in the future. For example, the Hermitcraft Turf War. It wasn't as violent as Dream SMP storylines, but it was exciting in its own way. You would always be theorizing on what kind of plans each side would have to cover the shopping district with their block of choice. And it really made you want to watch each perspective to stay updated on what's going on. And for the people that didn't want spoilers, it came as a surprise to them when the next event occurred. Storylines are amazing, but you want to make sure it's enjoyable for you and your audience. Lastly is skill. Like with Dream SMP and Hermitcraft, all the members are quite skilled at the game. Whether it being PvP, building, redstone, starting wars, progressing, they're all skilled in their own way, which makes it enjoyable to watch them. Now on to the big question. How do I create my own SMP and become successful? This question is a little more difficult, and if you're like me and don't have a lot of subscribers, you should subscribe, by the way, it's free and helps me out a lot. It can be really challenging to make an SMP and actually be successful with it. Now, I've personally had a semi-successful SMP in the past, but sadly the server got way too laggy and I had to end it. Also, there was kind of a war on it, but I really don't want to talk about that. Now, something you want to do before starting your SMP is get a good server. There's some free ones out there, but they just lag like crazy, which makes it very unfun and non-enjoyable. So I'd recommend purchasing a server. It's expensive, but you're gonna need one if you want to be successful with it, so it doesn't get laggy and everything. After getting your server, you want to get members. What I personally did was I asked my friends, made some announcements on my videos that I was starting an SMP. This got about 22 members in total, but sadly only about 6 of them actually played on the SMP. But this leads into the next step. Make sure your members are actually active. You don't want to get a server where only 3 people play out of a total of 20 members. What you can do is make it so that members have to fill out a form to join, so you know that they actually want to join your SMP. Then if people aren't active, you can give them a few warnings, and if they still don't play, just keep them from the server, it's not worth it. But always remember to respect your members and make sure that there's no heated arguments. It's okay if these arguments are part of a storyline, but outside of it, you really want to avoid all this drama. And you also want to make sure that your members don't have like thoughts of leaving because they're getting bullied by other members, so try to keep stuff like that to a minimum. Next, you want to be a good owner. You don't want to ban people for stupid reasons, like killing the Ender Dragon, or making a video on their side of the story about being banned for killing the Ender Dragon, then attacking said person with several announcements directed only towards them, and believing that everything they did was wrong and you were right, when in reality, it was the other way around. Yeah, I'm looking straight at you, Gone with the Milk and Hermie Granger. Now that I've quit Neithercraft, I can finally spit the facts without having to worry about getting banned again. I could talk about everything that they did wrong as owners, but I'll save that for another video if you guys want it. Tell me in the comments. Also, no hate towards Neithercraft, they did their best. Well, not really, but they still tried and miserably failed. It's so easy to make these jokes about them. Anyways, you also don't want to be using creative mode or commands in your SMP. It just ruins it and makes it very unfun. Why are you looking at me like that? I didn't cheat in my SMP. Gotta remember to cut this part out of the video. If I found out that both me and my admin was using creative mode, that would be very bad. Okay, on to the next step. Plan ahead of time. Before opening your SMP, you want to plan things ahead, such as shopping districts and other major areas of the server that you want dedicated to something. Also, finding a seed beforehand is very helpful, so you actually know what to expect and you can plan out all these areas. But now that your SMP is ready to be opened, it's time to open it. Let your members know ahead of time when you plan to open the server so they can be ready and excited. And I'll leave the rest up to you. This is your SMP, after all. That's gonna do it for today's video, and I hope to see you in the next. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya.